when Jack Hughes scored, I screamed so loud that my kids were a little panicked at first, and then the roof blew off my house.
Hmm.
And later in the day, we went to the rinks. I went to three rinks that day. And at every rink, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was cheering. Everyone was doing different things. And it was like the coolest thing. And then all the videos from other rinks playing play
Yeah,
stops and playoff games and these youth
I
games.
know.
It is so huge. It's so awesome.
Welcome back to Up in the Blue Seats, your favorite Rangers podcast from the New York Post. It's Mollie Walker and former Ranger Brian Boyle, your hosts as always. It's been weeks. I was in Milan. I saw two
Jet lag.
USA,
Jet
two
lag,
USA
Molly.
hockey, woo! Two
Listen.
USA hockey gold medals.
Oh, baby.
My body clock is still all over the place, but it is good to be back in the US of A. I will say that. My very first meal on American soil was McDonald's. It was
Yes.
fabulous.
What'd you get?
Oh, I'm a nuggets girl. 10-piece chicken nugget meal, medium fry, medium Coke.
Oh, back in my heyday. Back in my heyday, it's a number one. And then you get a little six-piece cider.
A little 6 piece. See, like six
Um,
nuggets is just like way too little for me. I need
but if
like
you
a
if
10 or a 20.
yeah, if you muck a Big Mac first, you know.
Fair, 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 fair.
Oh,
So
good for
Brian,
you.
how was your Olympic break? Where did you watch the gold medal games?
Uh,
Games.
yeah, I was in my igloo here. We got like 1,000 feet of snow, and
Yeah, I was happy to miss out on that.
it was school vacation week. You don't even know. You don't even know.
No, I don't. You're
You
right.
don't even know. You
I
can't open
don't.
a door to your house. It's 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's dumping snow, and the kids are like it's like they were on drugs. They have to go outside. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
You don't make the rules.
Yeah, we could like I think I will get arrested or Department of Child Safety will come here and pick you away take you away from me if I let you go outside right now. But it was listen, let me tell you on the Sunday, um the women's finale was crazy, but on this
Yeah.
like Megan Keller, Eagle, caca, Boston College, love it. It was so cool. It was so awesome. And my daughter then, because we played a lot of mini sticks, and we
Mm.
tossed her in the net just so she'd be involved. And now she wants to be goalie. And I'm like, all right, like you're gonna be 9. We got a long way to go. Goalie gear, like what? Okay. But anyways, they inspired. And then, my son was at a sleepover actually, because it had calmed down a little bit. And there was like 5 of his teammates there. So I got videos of them watching. I was
Aw.
kind of choked I wasn't there, but then I had the rest of my kids in here. And when Jack Hughes scored, I screamed so loud that my kids were a little panicked at first, and then the roof blew off my house.
Hmm.
And later in the day, we went to the rinks. I went to three rinks that day. And at every rink, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was cheering. Everyone was doing different things. And it was like the coolest thing. And then all the videos from other rinks playing play
Yeah,
stops and playoff games and these youth
I
games.
know.
It is so huge. It's so awesome for just kids that have big dreams just to keep dreaming. I'm so psyched. I'm still so psyched. I don't care what happens the rest of the year with my Rangers. Kind of know where that's going.
Yeah.
Texted Troch and JT thanking them. And then
Aw.
other guys, I'm like, you probably don't even realize it. I don't think I realize what you
Yeah.
just did for these kids. It's so awesome. And
No.
for yourselves, congrats. Listen, I'm psyched. I'm
Yeah,
psyched.
it was epic. I mean, starting with the women's team, I
Yeah.
mean, I had never seen such a dominant hockey team in my entire
Wagon.
career. I mean, they were head and shoulders above every single team that came their way. It wasn't even a competition until that gold medal game. And then it was crazy because they were it looked like a completely different team compared to what we had seen for every single other game. I mean, they were
Credit,
nervous, they were
credit to Canada.
disconnected. Yeah, and it was Canada.
Yeah.
Canada was they had a game plan and they executed it tenfold.
Hmm.
And USA was just all over the place. And it was kind of like, oh my God, like how am I gonna write about this? They were they were the team to beat the entire tournament, but then and then for Hillary Knight of all players to be the one to
Oof.
send in that game tying goal,
Yeah.
it was poetic. It just does not you can't write it any better
No.
than that, honestly. You really, really can't. And then for 3-on-3, and what a nasty, nasty move by Megan Keller. Oh
This is
my,
straight up dangle-itis.
yeah.
Like, put them in a blender, just whoop,
Yep.
and oh, but credit to Canada. Like Marie Fleet Poulin comes back in,
Yeah.
she's just nails. Like
Yeah.
they're so good and they're so physical now, and I just love the game. It's
I know.
all all the kids watching. I'm like, watch these kids, watch these players. They are so good. They're so detail oriented. They're so skilled. And the ones that win are. And you looked at it and you look at the USA. You look at the USA team, accepting roles, being the absolute very best at whatever you're asked to do. 18 for 18 on the penalty kill for you
Mm-hmm.
boys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, just only one team wins, right? So when you go back, what could we have done different? You know, we put the friggin' Canadian media in a frenzy. They don't know how to behave, a lot of them. Not they, some of them. And the some of them are very loud and obnoxious. And
Hmm.
obviously, how social media works now, those are the ones that get blown
Correct.
up. And most of them are fine, but there are a few that should be ashamed at how they reacted to that. Because
No, it was
it's not like last year Canada blew us out of the water.
right.
You know, that game I thought probably could have gone the US's way. This game, yeah, I mean, Connor Hellebuck's part of the team, and he
Hmm.
was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I think that
I was sweating.
the best thing that came out of the tournament too, for me personally, was, obviously the narrative going into this is it's, USA, Canada, guaranteed gold medal,
Oh,
like that's,
what?
and yeah, like, I'm sorry, did you all see USA and Canada both have to take OT wins to get to where
Yeah,
they got to? Like, I don't think that people expected it to be, I mean, Slovakia was the team of the tournament.
right.
Slavkovsky or Slavgolski,
Yeah,
as
he's a
Faravari called
stud.
him. Yeah, I mean, what an awesome breakthrough for him and
Yeah.
just like becoming a big name in this league now off of this
Oh,
tournament. I mean, he was the whole team, Slovakia was so much fun to watch. I loved that the competition was what us who have been around, like who are close to the game, knew it would be, but I think people that, were expecting it to be runaway, routes to the gold medal game for Canada and US were pleasantly surprised that it took a little bit
oof.
more to get to that point.
It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't just like run through both brackets and then you meet in the
No,
final.
not
Like
at all. Hmm.
Mika Magic at the end of the game. I'm like,
I
not now,
know.
Mika, not now.
He tried real hard to rain
Oh
on their
no.
parade, real
Listen,
hard.
I give the Swedes a lot of credit because their coach was
Yeah,
drunk. He was drinking
I
way too
know.
much Chianti over there in Italy.
I know.
It's like, put
Yeah.
the amaretto down, fella. You don't know what you're doing. Playing Forsberg one shift in the first game,
And
taking
and
out
and
Jesper
yes for
Bratt,
Brat, yeah.
benching
Yeah,
him.
there was
And then the
yeah.
third, he plays him every other shift. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah. There was a lot of very questionable coaching decisions on Sweden's part, but I mean it definitely
Made
played a
it scary.
factor into it played a factor into Sweden probably being the most disappointing team in the entire tournament, I think. I mean, they
But they
were
almost
able
weren't.
to eat. Yeah, I know. Almost very close. But through those games, it just yeah, we definitely expected Sweden to be a lot better than they actually were, but still made for such that and the emotion that came out of Mika Zibanejad on that game tying goal was it was awesome to see. Really, really awesome to
Oh yeah.
see.
It was awesome to see because he's had a great year. He's a pleasure
Hmm.
to talk to. You know, I'm really I was a huge fan of him for a long time, but now just getting to speak with him a little bit more, I'd like it's awesome because US ended up winning that game.
Of
Quinn,
course.
Quinn
Yeah.
Hughes just waving off the bench like, I got it. I got it. I'm good. I'm good. And then he scores. I'm like, these
Yeah.
guys, these two.
Yeah, let me tell you, speaking of Quinn Hughes, I mean, getting to watch him up close every single game.
Stupid.
It's ridiculous. Like he is unbelievable. Just his puck moving abilities and the way that he can just hold on to the puck for shifts at a time, it feels
Yeah.
like it's like a cheat code. Truly, like especially in a 3-on-3 overtime like that. I mean, to have a guy who can hold on to the puck like that, I mean, they were really missing him at Four Nations. Like
Oh yeah.
if he was on that Four Nations team, it could have been a little bit different. It definitely
Oh,
could have that final game. Um, and it was great to see the Hughes brothers kind of share that spotlight together. I mean, you guys should have heard Quinn Hughes fielding questions about his brother after the gold medal. I mean, he went to bat for him. He
yeah.
was all he did was defend him and how hard he's worked to get back to where he's at, all the injuries he's gone through.
Mhm.
He's throwing reporters under the bus saying they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know what it's like to rehab back-to-back
Oh,
injuries like this, which is all
I'll
so
tell you,
fair.
that's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm
It's a nightmare.
sure. I can only imagine. And for Jack Hughes, I mean, I think next to Adam Fox, Jack Hughes got the most criticism coming out of that Four Nations tournament. He
Yeah,
was the one that
for
looked like
sure.
he didn't belong on that team, of the whole forward group, I think. And he had a chip on his shoulder coming into this
Yeah.
tournament. You could see it on the ice. He was a huge part of this team. And it's funny because, when you talk about how differently the US and Canada approached the tournaments, the only premeditated lineup change that Mike Sullivan made the entire tournament was moving Jack Hughes up from the fourth line to the third line because Jack quite literally gave him no choice. Like
Yeah.
he was so effective and he just needed to be with better players and more offensive roles and it worked. It
Yeah.
was it was key for them for sure.
It's such
Um
a hard job because they're all phenomenal.
yeah.
Like taking out Kyle, it's like the one thing is like there's phenomenal forwards, and I think top to bottom, the depth up front, the high end depth, it's Canada. And if
Hmm.
people want to disagree, that's fine, but it
No,
is.
it was true, 100%.
Like Macklin Celebrini is
Oh my God,
in
what a
that
come
in that conversation now. He's in that
Jesus.
conversation now. He's a
Oh
top five player.
yeah. Oh yeah,
And then
100%.
you have McDavid, McKinnon, and Sid going down
Yeah.
hurts. And I wish, like, oh, it like broke my heart that Sid couldn't play.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
shocked. I'm like, he's playing. And
He's
now
so
he's out a month, and I'm
selfless.
like, makes sense.
He's so selfless. I
Oh, he's
mean, like,
shooting it up, trying to get it right, and it's
yeah.
like I can't go. And
No. And him of all people would not
yeah,
sacrifice just to be on that bench. Like
no,
that was
no,
the least surprising thing, I think,
yeah. And
that he
he's
would
just the
sacrifice.
classiest dude ever.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. Brock Nelson's a stud. Like
Yeah.
he's such a
Hmm.
stud. I hated playing
Third
against him.
generation Olympic
I
gold
mean, like
medalist.
he's royalty. He looks like one of the characters in the movie Miracle from 2004. It's not
He
him
does.
because he's too young, but I'm like, that's the guy that I played against on the island for so long. No, he's just a stud. He's so
Yeah,
good.
no.
The defense for US, we're doing it right on the back end right now, and got a couple more coming too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just so psyched. You got to be there. That's awesome. I wish I could have been there, but it was also really cool just to be around the rinks and seeing these kids as this
Yeah.
tournament started to really kind of crescendo up, and it's what it's all about. I just love the game so much, and I was so happy.
Yeah. No, I think one of the coolest parts for me was just walking into the arena every day and seeing the different crowds of fans that were coming in from all over the world. Just
Oh yeah,
like just on the shuttle bus going there, it was, where I'm standing next to a bunch of guys with a Switzerland flag as the cape with horns coming out of their head, like just
yeah,
everyone dressing up and it was really awesome to see so many people travel from all over the world just to support, their country in the hockey tournament. Um, it was awesome to see, even just the teams that didn't have full teams of NHLers, how
they
cool
love
it was
it.
for them. Yeah, how could you not? I mean,
Being at World Championships, even these like they're crazy. They love it. They're not these national teams, how they all like it's I wish we could I don't know. There's just I guess maybe we're I'm not gonna say oversaturated with
Hmm.
sports. And football's king, and everybody has their sport that they like to watch, and people watch. And I think it's great that we have all that here because I encourage all the kids to play all these different sports. But like you go to, Europe for any event, if they're passionate, it's you hear a lot about the soccer, obviously, but
Yeah, of course.
any
Oh
hockey event,
yeah.
I've played in different countries over there, and the fans are nuts.
Nuts. Oh yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
they
this is
should
unbelievable.
you should have seen what some of these people were wearing, like the
Oh,
afros with the different colors for their country. Like
oh,
I have a video of some bunch of guys from Germany were just literally wearing like underwear and afros that were like black, yellow, and red. And I'm like sitting there filming them, and he's like waving at me because I'm very obviously filming him. Um, but it was, yeah, what a cool community just to see for each fan base of each country, like all the different the cheers and the chants. And I have such funny videos that will never see the light of day because of the IOC.
yeah, great,
Yeah, great job growing the game, everybody.
great food. Thanks, IOC.
Thanks for starving me for 2 weeks.
Jerks.
At least the arena was playable.
Had
But
finished.
the food, on the other hand, not as edible as us folks who were spending 14-hour days there would have liked, but
What a joke.
we made do. We made do. Um, but yeah, it was really just what a special thing to be a part of. An absolute grind, 14-hour days every day. I got like
Oh,
3 hours of sleep every night.
that's
I was going to bed
crazy.
at 3:30 every night. Yeah, it was a lot for sure, but I mean, so many different storylines every day there was something new to write about. It was so easy. Truly, it felt like the brain power of the work was
Oh,
non-existent because it just was so easy to write about all these unbelievable. I mean, Dylan
yeah.
Larkin
Oh,
finally winning something,
yeah,
Connor Hellebuck exercising the playoff demons. Like there is just so many different routes that you can
dude.
go to, and they all have their own individual stories. And now we've got a major press tour, and I mean, Quinn Hughes is going on SNL and the Tonight Show, and yeah, so it's so
Hell
great for
yeah.
the game, so great for the NHL. um, and yeah, I mean, we'll be seeing that Jack Hughes chipped smile with the gold medal in his mouth for years to come.
Put it on a stamp.
Um, yeah, seriously. Or even that stick save from Hellebuck should be on the stamp
Oh,
too.
baby.
Oh my
That was
God. Let
crazy.
me tell you, every time I spoke to Connor Hellebuck, I was like, damn, like this guy is here to, like
Yeah.
he was so unfazed by everything, every question, every shot. I loved the quote from him afterward. He was talking about how it felt like everything he did that day leading up to the gold medal game was right. Every step
Yeah.
he took felt right. Everything he did just felt right. And
Wow.
that's honestly what it felt like talking to him. Like he fielded question after question with such ease, and he just was, I'm there to win a gold medal, and he did. And he was so big
Oh,
in that game.
legend.
Um,
They're
yeah, and
legends.
for a guy like that coming from his playoff history, I mean, you can imagine how easy it would have been to give into that. But
Yeah.
he didn't flinch once, honestly, that entire except for that Cale Makar goal, which that was the only kind of goal that was going to beat him.
That was the best. That was one of the best shots I've
I
ever
know.
seen.
That was the only way. That was the only way they were
Yeah.
beating him. That's the thing. Like he was like there was one save that it went right into his chest, but the way that he just didn't move, like there was no reaction to it whatsoever. It just bounced off his chest, and he was just still eyes,
Yeah.
like oh my God, it was
That's the
crazy.
zone. That's what you call the zone.
Oh yeah, I think he was in it from the moment that he landed
Yeah.
in Milan, truly.
Oh,
Like
awesome.
he really impressed me. Off the ice and on the ice.
Oh, beautiful.
What an unbelievable time. Yeah, I got a bunch of pins
Yeah.
here.
Let's see him.
I know a bunch of people were asking. to see my pins. I got one here. I got the NHL one right here. I
Hmm.
traded for that one. So that's like the thing. Everybody trades for their
Yeah.
pins. A bunch of people like carry them and stuff. I got this one from my dear friend Bruce Beck over at
Yeah.
NBC.
Alrighty.
He's at his 12th Olympics, so he's
Wow.
lucky enough to get his face on a
He gets
pin.
his own pin. Hey,
He
Brucey.
gets his own pin.
All right.
We got the Milan
There you
one,
go.
the Team USA one. My mom got this one for me.
Nice.
And then Bruce also gave me his Paris one, which is like his little caricature on it. We got this little coffee, which is perfect
Oh,
because I
baby.
drank coffee like it was water in Milan without milk, which because they would run out of milk for periods of time at the arena, like you couldn't find milk at
Shocker.
all in the entire
Oh, cows in Italy.
no no milk whatsoever. I know this is maybe controversial, but I got the Canada
Nah,
one.
why? It made the game great. Like, you listen, if it's not US Canada, it's still great, but it's better.
I know. Here's the women's hockey one. I got that from
Um,
Dave Fisher, the PR guy for Team USA. And then I paid $90 for this one to get into the Milan like club thing where they had all of the gold medals from every single year on
whoa.
display, which was really cool. I took a
Where
picture of the
does
1981,
oh
obviously.
yeah. Where does the 2026 gold medal rank amongst the style and
Oh, look, they're a little, it's a little modern. Definitely not as cool as the 1981s with the
okay.
Olympic torch uh,
Yeah.
engraved in it in every
Okay.
single one. They also say, I feel like every year, the last couple Olympics, people's medals are breaking now because they're so quickly made.
What?
Yeah, oh my God, you haven't seen that? Yeah, like every single person, like either like they get chipped or the thing falls off the actual,
I
thing you put
have
around
I
your neck.
have
Oh yeah.
I have a bronze from 2021 Worlds that my 2-year-old now carries everywhere. And if that thing hasn't broke, I don't know how these things are breaking.
Yeah, I know you would think, but yeah.
Cheap. IOC. Stop being cheap.
Come on, IOC, give us the right to post some videos, please.
Seriously. Grow the sports.
I've got a video of the US girls celebrating that would have gone like triple platinum viral because apparently the broadcast didn't even catch them celebrating. And I have like a perfect bird's eye view of them all coming together and just going bananas. And I couldn't put it anywhere.
You got to send it to someone that sends it to someone that gets it
Well, you know
viral.
who I sent it
And
to?
then
Our like subtext line that we have for our post Sports Plus subscribers, subtext. Everybody should sign up. I'll text you the lineup and news every day. But I sent videos of the celebratory
nice.
stuff. I said, "Don't tell the IOC."
Nice.
I'm putting my credential at risk for you guys.
Yeah, you once in a lifetime, maybe. If you go, well, you can go back
Oh
now.
no. Oh,
You have to
we've
go back in four
already
years.
oh yeah, we've already casually dropped the 2028 World Cup of Hockey and 2030 in the French Alps. We'll be trying to go there for sure.
Oh no, I heard that place is boring.
The French Alps.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
Um,
fun at all.
yeah.
Oh
I
man,
mean,
what a
God
time,
bless.
Molly.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's very exciting that we're going to be able to have this every 2 years now. So
I love
it's
it.
very important, I think, and I think it's going to be huge for the game. So, I mean, we've already seen the kind of, you know,
Well,
discourse and just, topics of conversation that are just dominating headlines everywhere, both political and sport. So,
oh, the politics are a joke.
more eyes on the game, more eyes the better.
Let's keep it on the game. Everybody with
Um,
their,
it's
whatever.
impossible. It's
I know.
impossible.
I
All
know.
right. Well, as much as I would love to keep talking about this, and I probably could for another 2 hours, we could segue into some Rangers hockey. But before we do that, we do want to give a shout out to one of our beloved former Rangers who was given some tough news. Ron Duguay, our former podcast host, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Um, just horrible news, obviously. I mean, I've been in touch with Ron since he had surgery a bit ago. Um, he's in phenomenal spirits because he always is. And we just want to know that want him to know that we're thinking of him and pulling for him. And we're gonna put a link to his GoFundMe page in the description of the podcast. So please, if you're listening, if you enjoyed listening to Ron while he was on the podcast, please do consider donating to help out with those costs. So we love him and we're wishing him all the best moving forward.
Yeah. Ronnie's the best. Hey, you know
Um,
what? Interesting about him too. Like
hmm,
he was so interested in health and wellness too when we play in some of these alumni games together. And he was always a curious guy, which I thought was cool. He's obviously we don't have to go too long on it, but like he was such an interesting guy when he played, and the stories that
I
he
know,
had, but the amount of
I know.
questions he asked really impressed me with all the young guys that would come in these alumni
Hmm.
games every year. There's a couple more, and he was just curious. I
Yeah.
really admired that about him, and
About like what
admire
it's
that
like
about him,
nowadays.
or just about it. It could
Yeah.
be about anything.
Oh yeah.
He was asking me about my diet and different things you do
Aw.
training, and I'm like, I don't know. I just like stopped eating breakfast because I don't burn as many calories.
Brian's like, yeah, my Big Mac.
I said back in the day, back in the heyday.
It's okay. You don't have to hide it. You're getting
I
Big
had one.
Macs
I
every
had one
week.
over this break. I had one over this break. No, it's
Hell
been
yeah, you
maybe
did.
2 or 3 a year I'd have.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
treat
you go.
yourself.
You treat yourself. Treat
Treat
yourself.
yourself. Good show.
All right. I hate to turn the conversation, truly. I really don't want to.
Yeah, let's get through it. Let's just get through it.
Yeah, all right, all right, all right. Latest loss for the New York Rangers
Oh, great.
coming out of the break. 3-2 in overtime to the Flyers. That made it five in a row, dating back before the Olympic break. And
Oh
the
God, I
Rangers,
even
yeah, I know,
I
I know. And
realized.
how about wait, I'm not done. And the Rangers have not won in regulation at home since before Thanksgiving.
Oh man.
So, um, I'll be honest, I wasn't watching last night. I was still trying to get on Milan time, not off of Milan time, I should say. So Brian, just what stood out to you about last night's loss?
Well, this is where they're at. The state of the Rangers, right? So I did a show at MLB NHL Network, but it was for Amazon Prime Canada, coast to coast. There was 8 games on, and we might have had 3 highlights of the Ranger Flyer game.
Hmm.
There were a lot of these are Canadian driven games, so we had a lot of that with more playoff implications as well. So we had more of that.
Right.
And the New York Rangers right now are not like at the forefront of
No.
what's going on around the league in terms of on ice play because of where they're at as a team. Uh, Sam Carrick fighting and scoring, although goal's a
A
goal.
little weird one, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of gets one off the bar and rips it, and Erson probably didn't love it. It's just they're sort of playing out the string, and Mike Sullivan's not coaching that way. I think the guys that just got back, it's hard to ask a ton from them. The time change and the dopamine drop that
Yeah.
comes with just the magnitude of what they just accomplished to
Yeah.
where they're at now. But
What a turnaround.
yeah, but you look at a guy like Carrick, there's value there.
Oh
I
yeah.
love him. I want them to keep him, but there's value there, and someone's going to offer
Hmm.
something for him. And you want to see, a strong finish from Fox and Shesterkin. We'll see how that all plays out. And now we're looking at kids. We're looking at maybe what could be the future, giving them opportunities. Is it the
Hmm.
greatest situation for them to succeed? Who knows? I don't really subscribe to that. I subscribe to if you get to put on an NHL jersey and go play, show what you can do and
Hmm.
earn your ice. The NHL has been, and should still be a meritocracy, and eventually it is. But they're going to get some time to play, which they've been bossing and grinding and in the jungle for a while. So give them a shot, see what happens, and hopefully there's some storylines that we can kind of latch onto and that are positive.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Tough one last night,
Um,
4-on-3, and then
yeah.
those guys are gassed.
Yeah.
Mishkov. who obviously spent 3 weeks training,
Obviously.
getting back in shape because he looked pretty good. Um, yeah, that's the loss of the Flyers at home. They can't win at home. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, it's kind of at the point in the Rangers season where it's kind of hard to dissect losses and games in general just because it doesn't mean anything at this point. It really doesn't. And
Right.
the attention and the focus is on what Chris Jury is able to accomplish over the next however many days up until the
7 days, I think.
March 6th
Yeah.
trade deadline. Um, and kind of on that note, when you're listening to Adam Fox talk after the game, and it's obviously the first time that anybody's talked to him since the letter came out, and he was naturally asked about his commitment level to, staying with the Rangers right now and working through what is going to be a retool rebuild, whatever you want to call it. And his answer wasn't exactly the most inspirational for confidence and his mindset of where he's at, but I'll read you the quote. If you guys didn't hear it, he said, "I mean, I'm just trying to focus on this year right now and play each game. That's really all I can do right now. Could control is I was just trying to work to get back and help the team finish strong. So I think that's where my head's at. I think that's a conversation when we're done playing games." So, I mean, I think I would like to preface it. Obviously, I wasn't there when he said it. I watched the video, and I think that I'm going to write about it today too. And I kind of want to make people pay attention to the circumstances of him saying this, I guess.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You made this point before we were, yeah, it
yeah.
was really good. I hadn't thought of it, so
Yeah,
I want to hear you say it again.
look, this was his first game back after a really long time. He's been
Hmm.
out for longer than he's ever been in his career. This has been the worst string of injuries for him. Um, First game back, he just had a front row seat to watching his teammates get honored for a gold medal that he wasn't a part of, that he thought he might have been a part of.
Hmm.
They just lost in overtime. I can only imagine what the emotions and how tense he was in that moment. All of that funneling into one moment coming out of that game. So I think that his response, you're in a vulnerable position at that point, and I do think that his response was indicative of his inner thoughts for sure. And I don't think that it's not nothing and not something to, focus on, because I do think that it was interesting that he said that, because the alternative would be to definitively say, I want to be here and I want to be a part of this going forward. And he very clearly did not say that. And neither did Igor Shesterkin, apparently. Um,
Hmm.
but I think that you got to take the whole situation as it was and take all of that into consideration. I think that conversations will need to be had at the end of the season for sure, because one of the number one things on Chris Jury's list to do, I think, is making this a place that players want to play again. You're always going to have New York, that will
Hmm.
always be an appeal, and that will never, that will always bring players in, I think, but now you got to look at the guys who are in the room who you want to stay here and build around, but you also want them to want to be here too. And right now, it's kind of hard to say that. Like, their circumstances and the trajectory that they're on right now, it's not looking that great. So I think there's going to have to be conversations to be had, but I'm curious what you thought
Hmm.
when you heard those comments.
I thought it was interesting. He was to an extent honest. Like it's very easy to be like, no, I love it here, and you just
Hmm.
lost. I want to be here, and then nothing else. He thought about it, and he
Hmm.
gave you an answer that
Yeah.
maybe he has been thinking about for a little while. Because although he hasn't been on the ice playing, that's he's been around. Um, it's it's interesting and understandable. Not quite a ringing endorsement, right?
No. Mm-mm.
And I think if you're a player in an organization, there's things that you might want done differently, no matter what the situation is. It could be the best situation. And there's 23 guys on a roster. There's probably 23 different things guys can nitpick. Winning cures all.
Yeah.
So they put a team together that wins games. Guys are going to want to come to New York and play. I don't know why most of the team lives outside of the city, but maybe the city's different than when I played in it. And there's, you
They're all
know,
married. Most of them are
yeah,
married. That's
yeah, but
why.
we had, whatever. Um,
Different times.
I guess. I mean, it's just so great living and playing in New York City, but whatever. It's fine. I think winning cures all. That's it. I mean, you
Yeah.
want to win, and it's frustrating going to the conference finals a couple times and getting that close, and then seeing guys getting traded off, and then looking at
Hmm.
the runway of how far is this runway where we're kind of back in the mix,
Hmm.
and that's what the conversations are. But I mean, that's a lot of term and money if you're talking Gavrikov, Igor, and Fox
Yeah.
trying to move out. Um, I think they play, they have conversations throughout the rest of the season and eventually because they need him and he's a huge part.
Yeah.
He played well up until his injury. So hopefully he finishes strong and they can sort of just reset.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah. I
weird year.
mean, and
Weird year.
you also think about how, he moved heaven and earth to be here, you know.
He did everything in his power to be
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. So, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
For us or for the Rangers to have gone from, you know, being a place that a player did all that to get there to then hearing him say pretty non-committal comments about his future, that's a bigger conversation. And I
Yeah.
think that is on the tippy top of Chris Drury's list of things to address because, obviously you're going to be retooling, but you think about the guys who are probably going to be staying around or the guys that they probably want to remain, like JT Miller. He's,
Hmm.
captain, like
Right.
he's pretty locked in. Optics wise, they literally just can't, they really just can't get rid of another captain. Um, and then you look at Igor and Gavrikov and Fox. Um, and it gets down to a point of, you want them to be committed to it too, and you want them to want to be here too. And right now
Right.
there's not a lot. There's not a lot that would me if I were a player, there's not a lot that would make me want to stay. But
Well, you got to see it through sometimes. It's not always
yeah,
perfect.
for sure. But I think that's part of the GM's job,
Yeah.
100%. So I think that is going to have to be a topic of conversation at the end of this season. So yeah, that was a very interesting thing to come out of last night. The most interesting thing for sure. And it's going to be those types of topics that dominate the Rangers storylines going forward because who the hell cares that they lost 3-2 to the Flyers in the same fashion that they've lost so many other games, giving up a goal 39 seconds into the third period. Yeah, things like that.
Right.
I was just
Right.
like, oh, classic. That's classic.
You didn't even have to be there. You knew it was
Yeah,
going to
I
happen.
didn't. I could have written it remotely, truly. Okay. All right.
Uh,
Well, we didn't get to talk about the Artemi trade that much. We talked about it separately, but not together. Um,
we want to put a bow on
just
that because the trade deadline's in a week or
yeah,
whenever this airs, 6, 7 days, something like that.
yeah,
We'll talk about the
yeah,
speculation regarding one Vince Trocheck as well. We'll get some clarity on that. Lots of teams would want him. His number is really
yeah,
nice. He's got some term. We can
yeah.
talk about Breadman, who's like, I'm back in the same spot from 3,000 miles away because LA looks like a dumpster fire now. We
How
can get
funny
into
was
all that.
the Rolex
That was
exchange though?
great.
That was fantastic.
Hopefully, more great things happen for the guy. But if that's the best thing that happened for him through this trade this year, that's
That he
tough.
got his number, got 72. I
Uh,
was just cracking up. That was so Artemi.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously he was traded to LA in exchange for Liam Greentree, a conditional 2026 third round pick if the Kings reach the first round, I believe, and a conditional 2028 fourth round pick. if they reach two playoff rounds.
Not looking great right now.
No, no, it's not.
Got thumped
Um,
by Edmonton.
the Rangers
Absolutely thumped.
thumped. The Rangers had to retain 50% of that of his remaining salary. Um, and yeah, I mean, like the whole way it unfolded, obviously, it was basically like a mini July 1st for Artemi Panarin, which was
Yeah, it was. It was
kind of
crazy.
funny. Yeah, obviously his agent was given permission to negotiate extensions, which he did with LA immediately after 2 years, 22 million. And it sounds like he
Turned
left
down
money, yeah, left a lot of money on the table elsewhere, Seattle.
upwards
Um,
of 20 million on the table.
yeah, yeah. So, clearly it wasn't a highest bidder type situation. And, Artemi is a guy who came from absolutely nothing. Like,
Right.
he's probably has more money that he knows what to do with, but I mean,
I'll have some. I can take some.
congrats. I'll take a check.
Toss it around
Um,
here. Get some things I need to fix around the house.
Um, but he talked about it, being a feeling, and there were obviously so many teams that were involved and who his agent were speaking to. I think that he wanted to go to Florida, if it were possible, but it just wasn't really feasible for them, cap wise. They weren't able to, make that happen and do a extension, which was very clearly a major sticking point for Artemi, understandably, because I know he's like the type of guy that like he only wanted to go through all of this once. He did not want to have another situation where
Yeah. Yeah.
at all. Like
Right.
that's very
Yeah.
much so like him. So it
Makes
makes
sense.
sense. Yeah, it makes sense why he wanted that to all be done in one shot. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough loss for the Rangers. It's
Fans are bummed. I mean, he
yeah,
was some fans' favorite Ranger, like ever, younger fans, but
yeah,
like they're like, and he did everything.
yeah. He was worth. That's what I wrote for my column. Is it's so rare, especially in a city and a market like New York, with the expectations and the pressure.
Yeah.
When you're a big name free agent coming in and signing for that amount of money, I mean, that is something that the fan base will hold over you for your entire time that you're
Listen,
here if
if you
it's
sign
not worth it.
any amount of money and they're not doing what they think you're doing, you're getting it.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that nobody talked about that contract once because he felt like he was worth every single penny,
Right.
truly, and he was. So it's really I know we talked about your analogy when you got a leaky roof and you got a Ferrari sitting in the garage and you got to do all that, and I get it, I do, but it's just really really difficult to watch the leading
Art,
scorer for the last however many years walk out the front
yeah.
door.
Ferraris are awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta live in your house. You got to build a foundation here first.
No, it's true. But I do think that, when we look back on this very transformative time for the Rangers, it's going to be easy to pick apart the guys that Drury decided to keep and decided to ship off. Like you're going to look at these types of things and wonder if different chess pieces could have been moved,
Yeah.
especially for a guy like him. That's my biggest thing. And, from a
Yeah.
personal standpoint, I mean, Artemi was one of the best athletes that I've ever covered in my entire time covering the Rangers, covering New York sports.
Well,
That guy would give the shirt off of his back for anybody in his orbit. And that is, I say that with my whole chest. He really is one of a kind. And from a media standpoint, we will miss having that for sure. He was always a fun quote, and he was the worst guy to talk to when the team was doing well because he would just be cracking jokes and trying to make
yeah.
people laugh. And we're trying to get. I so many times I walked away from him just being like, "You're not helping me. Like
Vibes
you're
guy.
just
He's a
trying
vibes
to."
guy.
Oh yeah, he is. He's one of the lightest. He just really
Yeah.
alleviates a lot of the pressure and darkness in any room, truly. And I know a lot of the guys in that room feel that about him too.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough, but he should go down as one of the best, not only one of the best Rangers free agent signings. I think he is one of the best New York free agent signings. Honestly, he deserves to be on that list. That's my hot take.
It's hard to argue that. Really hard to argue that. It's just, and there's been a lot of excitement around free agent signings in New York sports. It just simply did not work out. And
Exactly.
he had that special chip in him where he just didn't care. He was the man. He wants the puck. He makes the plays, and he's the bread man.
Yep.
In my short time being around the team, big smile and a handshake when I'd see him. Always a hello. I'm like, I
Always.
never met you before. Played against you,
Yeah.
but that was cool. I mean, little things can be big things. I appreciated it, and I still enjoy watching him play. It doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense to me how he does what he does, which I love about watching guys play.
Yeah.
So
He's a hell of a player. That's for sure.
wish they got a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
You always wish you get.
and like at that point you're handcuffed too. It's
Yeah,
because if
right.
you look at the way that it unfolded, like yeah, obviously there were a bunch of teams, in on it, and he was weighing a lot of different teams, all the different offers. He said every GM did their best to speak on behalf of their team. So funny that he said it that way. Um, but he at the end of the day, at the 11th hour, right
Right.
before the Olympic trade
Hmm.
deadline freeze, he said the only place that I want to go to is LA. And I think that the Rangers really wanted to get this done before the Olympic break
Yeah,
so
had
that they
to.
could focus on other things.
Hmm.
And at that point, when the guy who's in total control says it's here or nothing, you have to make it,
Yeah.
the lever, there is no leverage.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you can
Pull the
complain about
parachute.
yeah, you can complain about the return all you want, but
Yeah.
there was quite literally no other route to go. So,
True.
um, yeah, um, Trocheck probably the biggest trade piece that Drury has now going forward.
Yeah, that's where he has the leverage, and
Yeah,
to an
especially
extent.
after the Olympics. I mean,
Well,
there
for
should be a,
sure.
a line of people for the way that Trocheck played in the Olympics. I thought that
Yeah.
he was great. I mean, both him and
Yeah.
JT on that PK, they did their jobs to
I
the
think,
fullest.
and like, he's still such a good player. I'm
Hmm.
not mad. I'm not mad if they keep him.
Yeah,
I
no,
get you need assets. I get you need different things, and he is the most valuable one. I just think like you get those assets and you start well next year, you're looking for Vince Trocheck.
exactly. That's
Like,
what I was thinking. Like they were looking, you know, Ryan Strome and Panarin were great together, but
yep,
they wanted a Trocheck type guy in that role. And it felt like they were looking for him. And, when it looked like it wasn't going to be long term with Strome anymore, they were able to face Trocheck in that
hmm,
playoff round and see exactly what he can do up close and personal like that. And I think that they were sold right after that.
oh,
And,
100%. Such a good
like
player.
they're gonna yeah, you wonder because they spent so much time trying to get that, and now they're
I
shipping it
know.
out.
And
So it's like,
I'm not the one that can. It better be such a haul because I love Vince and I like, his family's wonderful and they love it here. It's just, yeah, I don't know. We'll see in a week.
yeah.
We'll see
And
in a
I mean,
week.
I got to sit down and talk with him about, right after the letter. And he's, such an interesting guy in his career and his story getting to New York. Like this was the biggest role that he's ever had on any of the teams that he's been on, being an alternate captain,
Yeah,
being a top six guy and signing the contract that he did. Like this was supposed to be the peak of his career, so to say.
he's
And I
been great.
asked him, yeah, but I also asked him if that like makes what's happened to the team, hit him a little bit harder than maybe some of the other guys in that room. And he wholeheartedly agreed. Um, you could tell how much it's weighed on him. And
Yeah.
you can tell that he's also a little offended that his name is out there as well. Like, I think that he's
Yeah,
not,
if he's different ways to look at it. It's so many teams are like they're out, we want him. So I mean
yeah,
that's I think he
yeah.
does have some trade control.
Yeah, no, he does.
Everybody wants him.
He does. Yeah, he's got
He's
a
that
no
good.
trade list. Yeah. And the funny thing about him, I know everybody was talking about this at the Olympics during the picture day when he
Oh.
ventured on over into the Minnesota Wild picture. But I had actually heard that it wasn't Trocheck who went over there himself. It was
Oh.
Mr. Billy Guerin
Oh,
who
tampering?
called it soft tampering.
Oh, don't get Billy G in trouble. He's a hero. American gold. Let's go, baby.
No, but in actuality, it was Mr. Billy Guerin who called Trocheck over there, and he was the one who was making the joke, not Trocheck. So, I think that
Allegedly.
there is, yeah, allegedly soft tampering.
Don't get Billy G in
Um,
trouble.
but
Uh-oh.
I think that uh-oh,
Uh-oh,
we got
getting
a
ready.
delivery.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days since they've seen Dad.
Aw.
Can I say hi again? You are so famous now. Smile.
Hi.
You got a Maui hook? Wait till you see. All right, give Killian a turn. You get to do this every time. Killian, look at this. Look at this hair.
What
Oh,
you got in
God.
your hair? Oh, that's
What's
the
that?
Moana thing. That's
What's it
the
called, Killian? What's this?
Maui. Isn't that his name?
What's that called? Maui hook.
Maui hook. Yes, special flowers.
No haircuts ever. All right, go see Mom. I'm coming. I love you. Oh, we'll just
Oh,
finish. You can't talk though.
bye.
She's okay. You get Daddy. See, this is what happens when players get traded. They got to leave these kiddos, and then
Yeah.
they got to pack up. It's part of the game. We're not complaining.
So it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. Um, yeah.
Gillian is crying now.
Hi.
Hey, can I finish? I'll be done in 2 minutes. What's on your face? What'd you eat? You got a boo-boo on your face. How come? What's this though? Chocolate?
He's like, I have no idea.
Did you have a cookie? Hand, yeah. Okay, can you please go? That is hot. Those are hot. They're spicy. Okay, go get Daddy a water. Okay. Can you please
Tell her
get me a
tell her
water?
we're almost done.
2 minutes. She doesn't know what that means. I love you, baby. Sorry about
Yeah.
that, Nick.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Molly.
Um, yeah, only other thing left to cover. Got a bunch of injured guys back. Igor's back, Fox is back,
Igor's
Sherry's
back.
back, Edstrom's available.
Gary's back.
Didn't play on Thursday, but
That's
he's
a weird one.
available.
I'd like to see
Yeah,
him play.
I had reported it was just yeah, I mean it seems like it was they were weighing a bunch of different options for him and it was pretty uncertain which way it was going to go, but I guess, right before the break, I had asked if, what his timeline was looking like, and I was told that after the break that he should be back, but yeah, so here he is. So that's good that it all went according to plan, but
And then Rempe.
yeah, Rempe's on IR now. Had another
Jeez.
procedure done on his hand, on his thumb. Um, yeah, Edstrom's still on LTIR, so they gotta activate him before they put him back in. But I'm sure they will, especially if they're, leaning toward the youth at this point in the season. So
Oh,
he should
so what's to say?
definitely,
What if he plays a couple of games and plays well? Don't think they'll get calls about him? A
yeah,
giant winger?
perhaps, perhaps. I
Well,
guess,
find
I
out
guess
so
we'll
much in
wait
a
to
week.
see. We're almost there, almost at the March 6th deadline.
I know.
All right,
Like
that's a good
3.
place for us to stop. Thanks for
Mhm.
tuning in. That was a really fun episode. Give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. What did you think of the Olympics? What did you think about the men's and women's Gold, first time in USA hockey history, by the way, that both
If anyone
men's
doesn't
and
say it
women's
was
team.
all awesome, you're an idiot. It was awesome.
Um, what did you think about Adam Fox's comments? Let us know down
Yeah.
below, and we'll chat again for a trade deadline edition next week.
Boom.